I'm Suzanne Williams, and we are on with Living the Wholesome Life and Essential Oils Health Matters. And we are chatting about doTERRA's Day 3 BOGO, which is and when you buy a citrus bloom, you get a free pink pepper. Now, the citrus bloom is $24.50 to buy wholesale. And I will be telling you a little bit more about the oil. So it's made up of 5 different oils, and then I'll be doing the affirmation at the end, which I know is a little bit different, but I want to show you how the oils are oils are supporting the affirmation, and how both of those are supporting how we look at the world. Okay, so let me tell you about citrus bloom. It is made up of 5 oils. Now, 2 of the oils are citrus oils, and we know 2 things about citrus oils. One is that all of the citrus oils, the lemon, lime, bergamot, the mandarin oils, tangerine, they are all mood uplifting oils. And so that's the first thing I want you to remember about citrus oils. Choose any citrus oil in your kit, wherever you keep your essential oils, and that's going to be a mood uplifting oil. So if things seem a little dark, a little heavy, that will, or if you're having a party, then a dance party, whatever, Christmas party, adding citrus will uplift the mood and just make people be a little bit more happy. Okay, the other thing that I just learned about citrus oils that I'm super excited to share with you is that, and I learned this from Laura Jacobs when I was listening to one of her talks yesterday, and I will go ahead and put that talk in the comments below. I was listening to one of her talks, and she said that any oils that we get from the fruit help us take things from dream to completion, because that's what that plant did. That plant took the blossom to the completion. Does that make sense? So citrus oils are super good too to help us when we're working on goals, when we're working on tasks. It could be a super good oil to put when you're cleaning the room. First of all, I love cleaning with citrus oils. I love putting like the lemon in my spray bottle and then clean with it. It just smells so good. It makes you happy. And I think that maybe now that I know a little bit more about citrus, not only that they're mood uplifting oils, but they actually help you get from dream to accomplishment. I can see how they make it so much easier to work with tasks. Maybe there's something in that essence that says, you know what, I did it. I did it, and you can do it too. You can do it too. I made a grapefruit. You can do what you need to do too. I made a tangerine. I made a lemon. I made a lime, and you can too. Like whatever it is, the fruits of your labors, putting on a citrus oil will be very, very good as you're trying to take your dream to reality. Okay, so this citrus bloom has 2 essential citrus oils in it. It has, and then it has 3 of the flower oils in it. So before I tell you about each of them, I want to tell you a little bit about flower oils, okay? Because each of the different species of plants seems to do different things to us emotionally. The citrus oils, they uplift us, they motivate, right? And the tree oils, they ground us. And the root oils, again, like the vetiver, oh, so good for our mind, right? And so the flower oils. Well, what do the flower oils do? Maybe you already know this, but flower oils, like what happens when you give someone flowers or when you look at flowers? How do you feel? Wayne? Like, don't you just want to like take a deep breath and just exhale? Like, isn't there some type of a feeling loved to when you receive flowers or when you look at flowers? Isn't there some type of a relaxing, a sigh of just having like worries melt away, right? And flower oils are renowned for that, right? So you have lavender. Everyone knows what lavender does. It calms people down. Roman chamomile, we talked about last week. Roman chamomile is called the kid calmer because why? It's so relaxing to our system. So now we know that the citrus oils are uplifting and they help motivate you. And the flower oils, they are relaxing. So when you're relaxed and you're motivated, right? That's what I want you to think about with this blend, a lot with this blend. You have three flower oils that are relaxing. They let you step back from all your worries. Well, what if this doesn't work out right? Or what if I fail? The fear of failure, stuff like that. Helps you get out of that space. Those flower oils do that. And then you get on to the citrus oils that uplift you, motivate you. So what could you do if you didn't have any fear in your life? Like, isn't that the question? Like that so many of the life coaches ask us. They say, if you were not afraid of failing, what would you want to be doing? Right? And this oil can help with that. Citrus bloom. Okay, so now I'm going to dive deep. So now you understand flowers relaxing. You understand citrus oils uplifting and motivating. So now let's dive deep into the oils that are in this blend. The first one is that we do have lavender in this blend. So you know, lavender, all things calming. It's the oil of communication and calm. They call it the oil of communication because it helps us relax, right? It helps us not, when we're trying to communicate to others, it helps us come from a relaxed place of love. And it helps us also not get defensive. From when people are talking to us, like we don't have like our defenses up, feeling threatened, feeling attacked. We can listen, oh, you know, what are your ideas? It's okay, you have different ideas than I do. Or, oh, you're hurt. Oh, I'm so sorry I hurt you, as opposed to, we don't have to think that we're a bad person because we accidentally hurt someone or that someone wants us to do something differently, right? So you can see the beautiful benefits of lavender. And I have whole pages on benefits of lavender, but I just want to go into some of the kind of top benefits of this oil. So that's lavender. Let me see if there's anything really quick. Lavender, yes, have a stressful day, use lavender. Studying helps you calm and focus your mind. Working with trauma or abuse, lavender. Okay, it helps bring in feelings of peace and love and bliss. You can use lavender when you're going into something scary, right? Or when you're nervous or scared about something. It can help calm and help release those fears. It can help us open up spiritually, to have faith even in hard times, just helping us relax and know that whatever is happening is not going to just stay forever, right? It's going to pass. And lavender helps balance between masculine and feminine. So if you have like the war of the sexes going on in your house, lavender, it can help us just relax, open up, and see that men and women both have gifts, different gifts, and it's good. It's all good. It can help. Lavender brings a feeling of total support. It can help us feel loved. Remember, how do you feel when you get flowers? It's great for sleep. It's great for the rest and digest system. And it's very good for your skin. Oh, that's the other thing that flower oils are so known for is skin. Just making your skin beautiful. Like if you have scars or acne or something that you want to work on, flower oils are so good for that. Okay, and then a lot of people love to use lavender for headaches. Okay, so that's a little bit about lavender, and it is in the blend. Okay, I feel like that we're having a fun time dive in a little bit deep into some of these oils. So I'm just going to continue. So going on to the next oil that's in there, and that's Roman chamomile. And we did talk about Roman chamomile yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but last week. And so here are some things about Roman chamomile that I love. They call it the kid calmer, right? Your kid's throwing a tantrum, your child. I don't really like the word kid, but your child is throwing a tantrum. Is essential oil always going to help? No. Sometimes your child is throwing a tantrum because they're hungry and their blood sugar is out of whack. Or sometimes, there's extenuating circumstances, but a lot of times it will help and then help us get to the problem. And so it's not only like the kid calmer, but it's so good for adults. It can help us when we're angry or furious, when we're feeling rage. It can help us tackle the stresses of life with more ease and grace. It can help us fight anxiety and depression, those heavy, heavy emotions that can sometimes just hit. And it's great to use after shock because it is so calming. Okay, doTERRA has this in their Calmer blend, which is a blend especially designed for children. It's great to use when people are suffering with nightmares. Now you can pair that with juniper berry, but Roman chamomile is so good to use for peaceful and pleasant sleep. And then the Romans used Roman chamomile just to help them feel strong when they were going into battle, feel brave when they were going into battle, and be more clear-headed. So that's a little bit about Roman chamomile. We have that in the Citrus Blend Bloom. And then Magnolia. Now, some of us might not know Magnolia as much as we know lavender. Some people like to call it the oil of compassion or the oil of reassurance. And it's harvested in the very early mornings or late evenings. So it's more of like an evening flower. By the end of this shout out, I think you're going to love the oils in Citrus Bloom as much as I do. So we know that lavender is like 40 to 45% linalool. And linalool is the chemistry component that helps you relax. Okay, so lavender is 40 to 45 and magnolia is like 70% linalool. Right? So when you think calm, think lavender. Now some people call think magnolia. So some people call magnolia. Some people call rose like the queen of oils, and kind of lavender the Swiss Army knife of oils because it's so good for so many things. A lot of people like to call magnolia the queen mother, or even the grandmother of oils. Now why? Because it's like the oil of reassurance. So, sometimes when you've tried your best during a day and you look at what you've done and you feel not enough, right? You're like, oh, I could have done that different. I could have done this different. I should have spent more time with this child. I should have spent more time on this project. My house isn't looking like I want it to look. Or maybe even, oh, I wish I would have said things differently to this person, right? There's so many things that we can do differently during a day. So I want you to think of magnolia oil as the grandmother, as the grandmother that you're just kind of chatting on the phone with at the end of the day, or who comes over to visit. Let's imagine the grandmother comes over to visit, and you're telling her, "Oh, I wish I would have done this different." And what does your grandmother say to you? She says, "You know what? You did a good job. You did a good job. You are doing so great. I can't believe how great you are doing." What you did, yeah, you probably could have done that differently, or you could have done that better. But you know what you did was good. The grandmother is the one that says, you know what, I saw you doing your best, and that was good enough. you got a B on your report card, I can tell you did your best, and that's good enough. It's good enough. The grandmother, it's the reassuring oil. Okay, so just to let you know a little bit more about magnolia flowers, they are sturdy. There's some flowers that are very, very delicate, and if you touch them wrong or they just don't last very long. Magnolia flowers are very, very sturdy, which makes me think that it helps us be more sturdy too. Okay, we're not wilting. We don't care. Like Queen Mothers, right? We don't care what life is throwing our way. Nah. We are surviving. We are surviving, and better than that, we are thriving. Okay, sturdy, resilient, stalwart, strong. Magnolia. Okay, it helps encourage loyalty like nothing. You know, the I'm sticking through the hard times because I know that the good times are coming if we just get through some of these hard times. That's magnolia. Okay, it can help people express their feelings. It can help with the give and take. And I wanted to spend just a little bit of time on this. So, if you're feeling like you're giving and giving and giving and giving, then sometimes we can get angry or resentful or bitter. So we can't just have, or even drained, so that we have really nothing else. Sometimes we get a little bit more uptight or moody. Okay. Anyway, so we don't want to get to that place where we're giving and giving and giving. What place do we want to be in? We want to be in a place of we give and we receive, and we give and we receive. So I'm hoping I can find this study out. I'm going to try to post it online by the end of the day. If I don't, just forgive me for it. But there was a study that I saw. It was very, very interesting, and that showed that in couples where you have that, if one person was always giving to the other person, the relationships didn't thrive. They didn't thrive because when you're giving to someone, you feel this increase of love usually, right? You feel this just intention on how you're trying to make them happy. You're concentrating on the relationship. And so if the other person is just never doing that, those relationships don't thrive. And so, sometimes we need to speak up. And we need to say, hey, could you do this for me? Hey, do you mind? Whatever. Coming from a place of love. But just saying, hey, I need some flow coming back. Okay, so don't feel bad if you say, hey, I need some flow coming back to me. That just lets other people feel that. Do you know how good you feel when you serve someone? Other people need to feel that too. Your spouses need to feel that. Your children need to feel that they are serving you. Your employees or other people in your circles, they need to feel like they are serving you too. So please let yourself be served. And Magnolia reminds us that that give and take is good. It's good. Okay, so we've talked about the 3 flower oils. We've talked about lavender. We've talked about Roman chamomile. We've talked about so lavender, Roman chamomile, magnolia. So I feel like hopefully you have a handle on each of the flower oils in Citrus Bloom. Now we're going to talk about the citrus oils in Citrus Bloom. And the first one that I want to talk about is wild orange. Now, it's a happy oil. In fact, some people say it's sunshine in a bottle. It is my husband's bar none favorite oil. So he never likes to be without the wild orange. He loves it. Always make sure we try to keep it in stock. And from my studies, what I found is it's the number one most antidepressive oil. So if things are dark and cloudy and heavy, it's the number one oil that can help with that. Now, each of the citrus oils definitely has their own personality, and we can go into that, but we just don't have time to go into that today. But I want you to think, when you think wild orange, I want you to think sunshine in a bottle. I want you to think the most antidepressive, okay? So, and again, since it's citrus, it's uplifting. Okay, so here's some times when you would want to use wild orange, okay? When life is feeling dreary and dab and depressive and listless. When you're feeling jealous. Oh. Okay, gotta stop it right there. Because Caleb, is this still working? Is it plugged in? Okay, just making sure. Because I've had so many shadows die, and so I'm just like, oh, is it still working? Anyway, so the wild orange. Okay, so I mentioned jealousy, and that's like the other gift of wild orange, is that it reminds us that we live in an abundant world. And if someone's getting love, good for them, because there's plenty of love to flow back to us. And if someone is getting rich, good for them, because there is plenty of wealth to flow back to us. And if someone is getting honored or whatever, or is beautiful, right? Good for them, because there's plenty of honors to go around, and all of us have our own unique brand of beauty. I have my own unique brand of beauty that no one else in the entire universe has. And you have your own unique brand of beauty that no one else in the entire universe has. And wild orange, the oil of abundance, reminds us of that, okay? So thinking about the orange, it helps to get people out of their pity parties. It helps us to get the energy moving, and it helps us give, knowing that when we give, it comes back to us. It does. Now, I know I just talked to you about sometimes how we think that we're giving and giving and giving, and we're not seeing the return. And I'm just going to say that sometimes life can feel that way. But I don't know that life is ever really that way. And here's why. Because I don't think that you can outgive God. And if you are trying to do something, to give something to one of his children, I think that God is going to bless us. I don't think that we can outgive God. Now, do we need to sometimes change up how we're dealing with relationships so that it's more of a give and take so we can both feel good about giving? Yes, sometimes we do, right? Do we sometimes need more from other people in our life? Yes, sometimes we do, and we can ask for that. That's good. It's good to let our wants and needs be known, okay? But I really don't think we can outgive God. Anyway, I think wild orange reminds us of that. So I also just before I end on wild orange would be the oil that Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh would need, right? Seeing just kind of gloomy, kind of seeing the negative side of things. I just want to put a diffuser necklace on him and see what if that would make the difference. Anyway, so wild orange is one of the oils in this blend in Citrus Bloom. Now the other oil is grapefruit. As I'm talking, okay, so Citrus Bloom originally came out for Mother's Day last year, but there are, I know, so many guys that love it, like even like big old macho guys and that work in like these majorly manual labor type of jobs where they're using their muscles and whatever. Having like I had someone who kept texting me, is Citrus Bloom, tell me when Citrus Bloom is on BOGO, because it's an oil that you can't always get. It was an oil that was released last year for Mother's Day and then just taken off the market, and they're releasing it again this kind of Mother's Day season, this spring season, and this person was like, I want to. Anyway, so you can see it's a beautiful blend. Anyway, going on to the very, very last citrus oil in this blend. So again, 3 flower oils, 2 citrus oils. The second citrus oil in this blend is grapefruit. Now, if you are a dieter or if you are someone who loves good nutrition, you know how good grapefruit can be. It's part of almost every single diet. So the nickname for grapefruit is the oil of, and I just forgot it, the oil of, I'm going to call it the oil of loving who you are, loving who your body is. And that's not the real name. The real name of the oil is the oil of honoring the body. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit too, because my body is amazing. It can do so many things. It's amazing. And your body is amazing too. It's amazing. And I'm going to get into some religious views here, okay? So I think that there was a war in heaven, and like that the Old Testament talks about. And I think that people who chose to follow God came down to this earth and got bodies that were created in the image of God, because we are his spirit children, and our bodies look like our spirits. And then I believe that the people who didn't follow God didn't get a body, and they just kind of got kind of kicked out, and that's how the devil kind of became the devil. Okay, I know it's my religious belief. Okay, so this is what I believe. I believe that there's a lot of forces going on in this life to make us not happy with our bodies. One, I think the biggest force is that Satan, he's jealous of our bodies, and he's doing everything that he possibly can to have us hate our bodies. Okay, I think that's one force. Now, I think there's another huge force in this world that's going on, having us hate our bodies. I remember going to a conference at BYU, BYU's Education Week, and there was a guest speaker. It's Women's Week, and there was a guest speaker that was talking, and she was talking about media, and they said, how does media market to men? They did a analysis of media. How does media market to men? And for men, they market to, you deserve it. You deserve a break today. You deserve this big car. You deserve, or truck, whatever. You deserve this. You deserve it. And that's how they market to men. You deserve it. And then they did a study on how does the media market to women. Now, it was totally different, okay? So this is how they market to women. You're not enough. Your house is not clean enough. You need this product. You are not beautiful enough. You need this product. It will help your house be cleaner. It will help you be prettier. You need this course because you're not enough. You need this because you're not enough. So Do you see the difference? Like, to men, they market, you deserve it because you're all that. And to women, they market, you are never enough. And that's why you need to buy all of these things from us. So, okay, I feel like we have some major forces out in the world. Satan, jealous of our bodies, trying to make us hate ours. And the media is trying to market and sell everything on the planet to us, trying to market that we're not good enough and we won't be loved if we don't have whatever it is. Okay, now I told you all of that to help us remember that our bodies are amazing. And that's the one message that grapefruit essential oil is telling us that our bodies are amazing and to quit buying into the lies of everything else. Okay? Here are some of the gifts of grapefruit essential oil. It can help us realize our body is a temple. It can help us realize, you know what, we don't really need to eat those unhealthy things. We are honoring our body, but also we don't need to starve ourselves to death to be Miss Skinny Minnie. Our bodies are wonderful. Our bodies are strong and healthy and what God designed, right? Okay, so if you're neglecting your body, if you're having a hard time, remember to drink your water. Grapefruit, it can help. It can help us if we have a very poor body image about ourselves. It can help us if we don't do, you know what, they did it. I love looking at studies. Okay, I love listening to studies, going to classes. Anyway, that's just me. Anyway, and I remember there was a study on how many of you have done something that, or who didn't do something because you didn't feel like you were pretty enough at the time, or even period, that you didn't do something because you didn't think you were pretty enough. Okay? That makes me want to cry. That makes me want to cry. You are enough. Your body is enough. You are pretty enough. Never, never let feeling like you aren't pretty enough stop you from doing anything. Stop standing in the back of the pictures. Stop hiding who you are. You're enough. Grapefruit. That's the message that grapefruit wants to get back to us. Good for a whole lot of other things too. Okay, and we'll maybe go into that. Okay, so I've kind of delved deep into the two citrus oils, grapefruit and grapefruit and wild orange, grapefruit and wild orange, and the three floral oils in citrus bloom, the magnolia, lavender, and Ramon chamomile. Okay, who's excited to get this blend? I love this blend. Some people say it smells a little bit like fruit punch, and who doesn't love fruit punch? I get it. I would say get it. See if it doesn't make a difference in how you think about yourself, how you think about others, how we interact. I think it's just an amazing oil. Okay, so before I go into what so Citrus Bloom is the oil for the BOGO. When you buy Citrus Bloom, you get the free pink pepper. Now, I'm just really quickly going to dive into pink pepper. Okay, so some people call it the oil of intrinsic equality. Others call it the oil of true love. I like to call it the oil of intrinsic worth. It reminds us that we have so much worth. Okay, so Citrus Bloom, pink pepper. Like, can we see how beautiful this combination, this BOGO, this 1-2 type of punch is? Like, it's amazing. Okay, now, pink pepper, it's a fruit. So what do we know about fruits? Fruits are taking things from dream to reality. They motivate us. They cheer us along the way. So pink pepper, that's what it can help do emotionally too. So here are some emotional benefits of pink pepper. If you're feeling a little flat, it increases your stamina and alertness. If you have cloudy thoughts, it can help bring clarity. It connects us with our heart. So we understand why we're doing certain things. So when our heart is in something, it's not work anymore, right? It's more, I don't know, blessing. Anyway, it helps us to look for win-win situations because we want everyone to feel good at the end. It helps us when we need to be upfront with someone. It helps us to say things straight and clear, but also with a sense of love and compassion for people. It helps to diminish self-doubt and criticism, teaching that judgment and comparison are maladies of the heart. It helps to bring understanding to past problems, right? Again, it's a clarifier. It's when, to me, pink pepper, it's clarity. Helps to open doors to new solutions. It helps to clear out heavy and stagnant energies and bring in more protective and loving energies. Pink pepper is one of the greatest massage oils in the plant system. It's warming and can get things moving. It's very supportive to the digestive system. It can help us maintain healthy metabolism. And it's very supportive to the respiratory and the immune system. So I'm thinking, such a good oil for right now. And it's very soothing to the nervous system. So can you see how the oils are working? Can you see why they're so amazing? I can. I'm sure you can. So this is the affirmation that I thought about as I was thinking about the oils. And it's, I am pleased with my own accomplishments. And I don't need to compare myself to others. I don't need to be you. Like, you're awesome. You're amazing. But you're you. I get to be me. I get to be my own brand of awesomeness. So I don't need to compare. We don't need to compare. And I am confident about my future. So to me, the pink pepper, which is the oil intrinsic worth, is I'm okay. I don't need to compare. That's where I got that affirmation. And the citrus bloom to me is I am confident about my future. So again, the affirmation for the entire day is I am pleased with my own accomplishments. And I don't need to compare myself to others. I am confident about my future. Okay? And the song that I thought of for that, this affirmation is a song that's called, I don't know the name of it, but it's like, in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. Okay, I will definitely put that song, if I can find it on the internet, I will definitely put it onto the comments. Okay, so the song for today is Quite Enough Love. There's quite enough love for all of us. The affirmation for today is I am pleased with my own accomplishments and I don't need to compare myself to anyone. And I am confident about my future. And the oil blend that we're hoping to buy on BOGO is the Buy the Citrus Bloom for $24.50 from doTERRA, and I will put the link in this in the comments. And then you can you automatically receive the pink pepper. It's the BOGO Buy Citrus Bloom, get the pink pepper. Okay, so I know that was a long shout out, but I just thought the oils wanted to be talked about, so I talked about them. I hope you feel like you've learned something. I know I learned so much studying to bring you the best of the gifts of these oils. Okay, this is Susanna Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us that we all have this incredible power in us with God to make every day a great day. Bye-bye. And my son is asleep, so I'm going to wake him up so he can shut off this video.